Great. Also, just the spin, this one. Hi there, it's Jan here at PLB Tennis Academy, and in today's session I'm going to show you how to get that beautiful big topspin forehand just like Rafa Nadal. So when it comes to the topspin forehand, if we want to have the forehand just like Rafa Nadal or similar to Rafa Nadal, the number one thing we want to be aware about is this one. Every time I work with my players, we start working first on the feel. Yeah? There's no point of going with the power first, so you really want to generate first that feel for the ball. And there's a huge difference between the normal going through forehand and the topspin forehand. Yeah? Now, the difference is in the path of the racket, the swing. Yeah? If I want to generate more spin, for example, we're gonna take Rafa Nadal as a major example here. Obviously, he's the best topspin forehand in the world, so let's learn from him. You can see massively when Rafa hits that forehand, he kind of finishes most of the times here. Sometimes he goes with a follow through there, it's fine. But the main idea is you want to go from really low to high here. So instead of going through, just like he would go on the kind of attacking forehand, but if you have, for example, somebody like Federer, he goes much more forward with the racket, just straight through. Yeah, he also has a topspin, of course, but much less than Nadal, because Nadal really goes kind of this way more. Yeah, so it's really about that. It's really about a whip there. Yeah, you really want to start using this whip. So your first step is not to be ever too much about going through at the moment. Yeah, this will come after, but you're gonna start focusing on going a little bit more up here. So I'm gonna shoot from the side. So instead of going that way, yeah, I will be really going from much more down here and then all the way up here, either there or either there. Huh? But the idea is to get the racket at the top of your head from down here all the way up, basically. Yeah? Now you can see that after the contact, I'm facing up here, up the sky, and then I'm just following through, as I would normally do. Yeah? But it's the whole idea is that you want to go from 6 to 12, basically, around the ball. Yeah? You want to go 6 to 12 around the ball, like this. Yeah? And this is gonna generate massive topspin on the ball. Now I'm gonna show you a little trick that I do with my players every single time before we start focusing on the topspin. So you're gonna come to the net just like me here. You're gonna be with the ideal distance for the right contact point that you usually have. And instead of going through this way now, that it will go kind of normally, yeah, you're gonna try to brush it from down here, almost as if you were touching the ground, and up here, just like this. And you're not focusing on going through with the arm, but you're focusing on going up. Just like if you were spinning that ball there, yeah? Which I'm going to show you in a minute. So first you need to be able that the head of the racket gets over the net this way, yeah? Just like this at the moment. And now imagine you're Rafa Nadal, so you're really going just like that with a follow through, just up here, and you just hitting that top of the net for a couple of times. Yeah? Gonna go slow motion just like this, basically. So you're not being aware about going that way yet. Yeah? So it's very important. Once you're okay with this, then you're gonna take the ball. And you're gonna try to get the ball from around 1 meter from the net, again with the same motion. Huh? You already see how much spin I'm already generating there. But the idea is to get the ball from around, let's say here, up, and nice spin above the net. That way. Once you're feeling more comfortable with it, and just spinning the ball. Also, a great way to remember is really you going for this sound. Yeah? So instead of looking for this sound, you're going for this one. Very flexible again with the arm and just going low to high at the moment. Yeah? Once you're comfortable with the feeling the ball, you can also do, like, let's say, do 1 meter from the net, then you move 2 meters back, you go to the service line, and then you go all the way back to the baseline, doing the same thing, until you really feel comfortable. Okay, I've got the shape, I've got the right swing path right now, and now I can start training with either with a ball machine or with my sparring partner. Yeah? Let's get into the one exercise right now that you're gonna start focusing on. Once you feel more comfortable with that swing path right now, yeah, that you're going more low to high here, you're super relaxed, yeah. Just to remind you, super relaxed also with your wrist. It's very important to be very relaxed. You're holding the racket but not too tight. If you're going to hold your racket too tight, you're not going to be so flexible, you're not going to be able to whip the racket there. Yeah? The wrist plays a huge part, a huge role also. Yeah? And the next step, basically, once you're okay with hitting that net and you're kind of getting used to this shape at the moment, we're not worried about this follow through yet, that will be the last step. But at the moment we're kind of going this Rafa Nadal style, that's going to really help. So then you're gonna set up a kind of slower ball, not so fast ball, just like a normal ball, and you're going to do something like this right now. You're gonna try to hit it off your right leg, yeah? Because again, open stance is just a little bit better to generate more spin. You really come from the leg, but you're not gonna focus on the power yet. So you're going to be focusing on hitting something like this, just that spin. Yeah? I'm gonna try to go, let's say 1.5 meters or 2 meters above the net, nice and deep, but just the spin, just like this. You can see how it drops down after. Still went inside the court. This is fantastic. This is the huge advantage of the topspin. Once you're gonna master the topspin, you can hit it as hard as you possibly can actually, or want, and it's still gonna be dropping inside the court, and you're gonna be putting your opponents under massive pressure. You know, as we know what Rafa Nadal does to his opponents, it's very difficult to deal with that heaviness of the ball, with that spin. The ball is very heavy and very powerful, kicks up, and the players just have no time to react. So it's really powerful shot. So let's get into it right now. You hit around 10-15 balls, yeah? Just to get a feel. Now try the open stance. And just spinning the ball. This one felt great. You can feel and hear how much spin I'm putting. Just spinning super relaxed. Go even higher now. That one. Yeah? So you can see, one more. So you can see how simple actually this exercise is, but it's super effective, but you want to spend time on this. So this will be from the service line. Once you feel super comfortable hitting it just like me from the service line, with open stance just going up here, then you're gonna move to 3/4 of the court and then to the baseline. If you're okay with it just like me, we're gonna go to the baseline, and now we're gonna do exactly same movement, yeah? I'm gonna do 10 shots like this, and then 10 shots I'm gonna add that normal follow through, but because I was doing this for the past, let's say, 10-15 minutes, yeah? You're gonna try to focus on the shot as much as you can until it's there, yeah? Until you feel it, until you get, okay, now I can really control it, I got that spin, I can really spin it nice and high and deep inside, you know? Deep around the baseline. If the ball bounces around the baseline with a nice kick, you're gonna put your opponent always under constant pressure, which is fantastic. We want to have them under pressure. So this high kind of ball, the topspin ball that Rafa Nadal uses, it's a very aggressive shot, very aggressive forehand. Yeah? Let's get into the baseline right now. Right now you're going to hit it from the baseline. What we're going to do also, to make it more interesting, as you can see, you put a bottle or the cone, whatever you have, got bottle today, got no cone around. You're gonna put it on the center mark basically, and you're gonna try to recover, yeah? So you're gonna give yourself nice and deep ball from the either baseline, or you ask your partner to feed you 10-15 balls, yeah? Ideally you want to do 20 balls each repetition. I'm gonna show around 10-15, just for the demonstration purpose. What I'm going to do right now is this. Now try to recover back behind the bottle, hop, hop, hop. You want to land on the right leg right now, yeah? So we're gonna kind of really simulate that I'm the Rafa Nadal, you are the Rafa Nadal right now. You're gonna go crossover, hop, open stance, and then from the open stance, you're really gonna go up into the ball. You're not worrying about much again going that way, yeah? You're really gonna focus on the moment on this, yeah? Finishing here. Obviously, try not to hit your head, be very careful, yeah? The racket is away from your body, and just finishing like this. If you have a problem with that, do normal follow through, but I would not recommend it yet until you really master this one, yeah? There's a reason why Rafa Nadal does this. It's a very safe shot once you master that acceleration there, yeah? Which will be another step. But first we have to master the technique. So it's really about that one, super relaxed here, yeah? And it's kind of like a lasso thing here if I will be doing. So you can also practice this again. If you're not 100% sure what you're gonna do there, you can see how much the head of the racket drops down here below the ball, yeah? And then how much I'm gonna get over that ball. And after I hit the top of the racket, the head of the racket, the top of the head of the racket, it's going to face and point up to the sky again, huh? And then I'm gonna finish either here or either here. Let's see. But I'm trying to be in 100% control. I'm trying to go nice and deep ball. Also, I'm going to aim for the basket on the other side, which is in the forehand corner of my opponent. So I'm gonna try to put his forehand under pressure. Yeah? It's just again, just exercise for this cross-court deep forehand. To be nice and loose, open stance, and just focusing on that whip. That one feels great. Also, just the spin, this one. Nice and high. just a spin. Down. This one, even better. Nice and high. Now in the last part of the exercise, we're going to add the normal follow through. So we're gonna finish over the left shoulder or in your pocket, whatever you have. So, but because we were doing this until now, for the past minutes or so, your arm is going to have a much better path. You're gonna be going much more from low to high, and you're gonna be just finishing here. So it's really not about going their way now too much. Yeah, like if you were attacking, more kind of a flat forehand, but really still focusing on having that same shape, the same path of the racket, yeah, so I like to call it. But we're finishing on this side. Let's get into it right now and let's see how much power and how much spin I'm going to generate. And in the last step, you're really going for it. You're really accelerating here from here. You really want to go nice and fast, yeah? But still focusing on going up with the racket rather than going forward. That one. Fantastic here. I'm gonna go a little bit higher now. Go. Still just spinning, already putting the power also. That one. Also, just one thing to say, I do recommend semi-western or western grip for this, yeah? It's just much easier to whip it through, to really go up, and you're gonna generate loads of spin, and the power is gonna come after, once you're gonna master that acceleration part. If you're gonna have more the eastern grip, just like Federer, and it's gonna be a little bit harder, but it is still possible, yeah? I do not recommend to change the grip completely, yeah? Because it's one of the hardest things to change. But if you got the forehand grip just like Roger Federer, you're gonna have to really go, maybe even faster, go just really drop the racket lower, yeah? So this would be his kind of forehand there, where he goes really like this, yeah? You probably not gonna have as much spin as the guys who hold a racket like Djokovic or Nadal. I'm kind of like Djokovic, yeah? When his racket more closed, I would say is the semi-western. Then the guys who are more like Nadal, he's probably even a little bit more. I think Nadal is around semi-western to western. You can comment below if you know exactly which grip he has. But I think he's kind of like a little bit more like this, so that allows him again to really whip it and just to go from the side basically. Yeah? So it's just much easier to hit this when the face of the racket is closed down. Yeah? If you're gonna be way too open, it's gonna be much more harder, obviously from physical point of view. Yeah? It's all about the right angle on the contact or just before the contact. If I'm coming to the ball with my racket closed down, I'm gonna be more likely to generate much more spin than if the racket is kind of open here. Yeah? This I would have to go really like kind of, it's a bit awkward, yeah. So, semi-western or western grip for this one. If you got a eastern grip, you're gonna have to spend maybe more time on it, or just get used to the fact that you're gonna have a little bit less topspin than the guys who have the other grip. It's what it is. Federer doesn't have as much spin as Nadal, obviously, but at the same time, he's maybe a little bit more accurate with the forehand, maybe a little bit more powerful, yeah. So it compensates for both sides basically, and you know, you have to go with what works for you. That's the main point. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this session. If you did enjoy this session, hit the subscribe button, also hit that like button, and also make sure to share with your tennis friends who can also benefit from this. And the last thing to say, I'm releasing a Tennis Fit app in a couple of weeks time, so make sure to sign up below to be one of the first ones to get in and to have a chance to get a premium plan access where is more than 200 plus tennis training sessions, working plans, and all the draws I've been using for the years, plus the technical sessions, the biomechanical sessions, basically everything I've done over the past 2-3 years, and it's gonna help you to transform your tennis game. So hit that button below, you're gonna be taken there, you're gonna be one of the first ones to get early access, and I'm looking forward to see you next week for the new session where we're gonna discuss how to change the forehand grip. So don't miss this session. Just hit the subscribe button below and I'll see you next week. Have a great day.